what's good? There's ROCKSTEADY at King of the Pit TV. We just finished our listen through to Seaweed. What album it was, I have no idea. I don't know where it came in the discography, but it was Spanaway. Good record. Good record, let me start by saying that. It was recommended on the Patreon by my good friend Delphin, so thank you very much for that. I actually googled how to pronounce your name and I still didn't come up with too much information, so I apologise in advance if it's incorrect, but I do my best, alright? We've been mates for a good time now. We always engaging and communicating on some fantastic bands and giving some great tidbits and some historical contexts and some relevant information as far as bands are concerned. And bro, I wish I had a brain like this guy, to be honest with you, because I think he knows a couple things more than I do about half of these bands. So 13 tracks we had on this record. Firstly, let me just say I liked the album artwork. I normally don't comment on the artwork. I like the artwork of this record. I liked it more than that 4 record. I thought that artwork wasn't great. This artwork, really, really a lot better. That being said, the music is still as good, because 4 was enjoyable. This was enjoyable. Great production. Put out in 95. In my personal opinion, it seemed as if this sound was ahead of its time. I heard the same sound, the same production, the same riffs, the same approach to the music as what I have done in some of the bigger bands of my time, as far as like the alternate community is concerned, at the very least. I'm not very big and involved in the whole grunge / pop punk side of, you know, it's hardcore punk adjacent. It's hardcore punk adjacent. Some may argue emo in a sense as well. But this band seems to tick off all of the boxes of the bands that blow up in that scene, given they have a sound like this. But with these guys being before their time and ahead of their time, I don't think they're acknowledged anywhere near as well as they could be. Because before this band was recommended on the channel a bit back, I had never come across Seaweed before. And I don't know why. I do not know why. I don't know why people are representing the merch at events I go to and stuff. You get good indie cred, to be honest with you, wearing this gear. With that being said, 13 tracks. 2 of them were filler. One of them being at 55 seconds, one of them being at like 1 minute 10. So, you know, call it 11 tracks. Didn't outstay its welcome. It was good. Probably sum it up in 9 tracks. There was one tune, I don't know what tune it was. There was one tune in particular I thought was the worst. I spoke on that when I heard it. It wasn't a bad track, but in comparison to some of the others, this band's better when it's just like driving forward as opposed to being jittery and sort of tumbling here, there and everywhere. You just want to hear just straightforward clarity and riff, and then just get to the end of the track. Couple of good chorus sections, couple of good riffs. These dudes can structure a song, I can tell you that. These dudes are nice on the guitar, I can tell you that, because they don't show off, yet when they do sort of go off in their own direction and harmonise and do this, that and the third, it's pristine, it's fantastic, it's everything you need it to be. Create a great wall of sound through what they do, through the guitar amps and whatnot. The drum kits, very organic sounding. The toms in particular sounded pretty cool on this record, I must say. A couple of cool bridge sections where they die it down a little bit and you just hear the drummer doing his thing. Maybe a drum and bass section to a certain extent. We definitely heard one of them in there, and it sounded really good. The bridge sections were really good, apart from one which sounded a bit disjointed, but You'll see that if you haven't already watched the track by track listen through. I don't know what I rated for, so I'm gonna refresh myself and approach this with a whole new set of ears. I'm not gonna judge this relative to what I did the other Seaweed record, because I can't remember what rating I gave it, but this listen through, I'll give this a 7.5 out of 10. And that's really good on this channel. 8 would be a fantastic record for me. Because, you know, come on, I'm autistic as hell when it comes to this music review game, and nothing's perfect, so the most you're going to get is a 9, really. And if you get a 9, you're going to have something that touches me to my soul. 10 out of 10 all the way through the record. Oddly enough, to the contrary, right? So, It was a good record. I enjoyed it a lot. This band was better when they were playing faster as opposed to when they're playing mid-tempo. This is a pop punk band. This band has to play with that pop punk energy in that pop punk space for me to be the optimal sort of Seaweed. That's what I think. And on that note, people, I'm signing out. I'll see you on the